The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, has announced major investment initiatives aimed at boosting Nigeria's energy and security sectors. Speaking to journalists, the minister revealed that the federal government has signed an agreement with Longi, a leading French and Chinese company and the world's biggest solar producer, to establish a solar panel manufacturing plant in Imo State. The deal also includes a provision to generate 2,600 megawatts of electricity in Akwa Ibom State, significantly boosting Nigeria's renewable energy output. This project is part of a broader €8 billion investments secured through APPL Hydrogen Limited, signaling renewed confidence in Nigeria's technological advancement and green energy drive.
So, our renewable energy source is from Longi, a company called Longi. Longi. It is a mix of French and China. The company is the biggest and the best solar panel producing company in the world. It has 2 installations that have just finished in Atlanta and Ohio. And the need for that solar panel now, up to June, you can't get anything from them up to June in America. So they are coming to build one in Imo State. We have signed the agreement already to build a manufacturing plant, and they will support the one here in Enugu. They are also going to give us 2,600 megawatts using solar in Akwa Ibom.
So run the
what we are taking from them is only 400 megawatts. The other 2,200 will be sold to the national grid. It's still the company APPL Hydrogen Limited.
In the related development, Minister Nnaji disclosed that discussions are ongoing with the US-based tech firm USmark for a $50 million investment into Nigeria's artificial intelligence sector. This initiative is expected to position Nigeria at the forefront of AI innovation on the African continent.
USmark is a company owned by the American government over the years. But over the last 40 years, they were able to divest their shares, and some private sector people came into it. So it's being controlled by the private sector. They've been in the Silicon Valley for about 5 years, and they've created many billionaires. Their CEO is a billionaire. He owns USmark in about 82 countries, so he's never left. So we were able to bring them to partner with Imo Digital City. Imo Digital City has presence of almost everybody that is somebody in the tech world. Oracle, HP, Intel, just name them. I introduced the USmark CEO to me. They came, they went there, they signed an MOU, they were going to bring $50 million to him. So what is going on there? HP is going to build a factory in Imo, because of what is going on there. They are churning out people and they are being employed in America. So that's what we are trying to do for graduates of AI, Free AI Academy with Commonwealth. So the USmark are bringing in about 10 companies to be able to chat with those people and take the numbers they want to take. So they will work virtually. That's the same thing they are doing in India. What they are doing in India, that is what we are bringing in Nigeria. And the good thing about Nigerians is we have better dialects than Indians.
Yes, true.
So very soon it will start happening. The man is coming on, he said 3 days after it's 24th.
Further boosting Nigeria's clean energy profile, President Bola Tinubu has approved the solarization of major public institutions across the country. The solar project will focus on powering universities, hospitals, and key government facilities, reducing dependence on the national grid and diesel generators.
The President graciously approved solarization of some major institutions in the country. Because when I told him about what in the hospitals, people are suffering, to do operations, to even take births in the federal government and state hospitals. So the man said we should do one federal institution, hospital, and one university. per state, polarization. Ask him to do anything and bring to him for approval. And besides, he has also started the Blue Energy Commission of Nigeria, where we are doing 2 megawatts per teaching hospital and 2 megawatts per university. So, and the Longi is involved because Longi is giving the best solar panels. Their solar panels have 30 years guarantee. So it's not like the one we did a test run with the Rural Electrification Authority Agency and it failed. This one is not going to fail because we have Longi providing the solar panel that will never fail in 30 years.
On the security front, the federal government has commenced the process of launching a high-capacity surveillance satellite. According to the minister, the satellite will provide real-time tracking of criminal activities and security breaches across Nigeria, a critical move to address the nation's security challenges. With these strategic moves, the federal government is reinforcing its commitment to driving innovation, renewable energy development, artificial intelligence, and national security.
Let me start with the green hydrogen, green methanol, green ammonia project, which we are waiting for the president to unveil. The unveiling was to happen in London, but I stopped it because it's purely private sector driven, and most of the investors are from outside. So we're going to unveil it in London. Since it was going to be in Nigeria and being supported and catalyzed by the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Tech, I insisted the President and Nigerians must take the credit of that project. And it's going to be the biggest of it in Africa and one of the biggest in the world. That is what the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Tech under my watch is bringing to this country. We are going to have it in Enugu by the Atlantic Ocean, 15 kilometers on the shore to the deepest end, which is about 15 meters deep. We are going to be having mega vessels of 90 million metric tons loaded. It lost like 2.5 days. And that depth, that drops, is only in October you can find that kind of. And that is why we have chosen Aquarium to be the place. The project is going to consume about 8 billion euro. 8 billion euro. And the investors are all here, fortunately. They are ready with their funds. And the good thing about anything that has to do with methanol is that maximum of 3 years you recover your money. More importantly, where this one doesn't have anything to do with anything. Because this is the science of the technology of the universe. It is just water. And the process is we desalinate the water. We have one of the best in the world, Alpha Laval, a company called Alpha Laval. They will desalinate the water. And from desalinating the water, the salt you remove. We are planning to put a small company that will be a salt company that will start producing salt for the benefit of this country and for exports. Now, when you split water, all you get is gaseous oxygen and gaseous hydrogen. The gaseous oxygen is what you get about 99.9% pure medical grade oxygen, which is for the use in Nigeria and for exports. Then you get what we are looking for, the basic thing, which is green hydrogen. With the green hydrogen, you use carbon capture. The carbon capture equipment, we are getting it from Virgin Engines. Virgin Engines are from Norway, and they are the people since 1867 that have been making Rolls-Royce engine. Rolls-Royce engine, they are the only people that make Rolls-Royce engine since 1867. So they have carbon capture equipment. The only people for now that have it. So they are going to install about 44 units of carbon capture. But presently they have about 11 units, which as soon as I get back, we'll pay them about €3 million to be able for them to fine-tune it and put amateur to be ready. So they are going to deploy about 11 units. And that 11 units will give us about 140 megawatts of power, which you will start making money selling to the national grid. You know? So Virgin Engines, apart from them, we have a company called Econet Energy from Norway too. They are the people that do jetless jetty. The technology has never been in this world. Jetless jetty is purely new technology from Norway. You know, we don't have to use single arm to load the ship when they come. You know, we are going to use jetless jetty because with single arm loading, we cannot even succeed in loading 15 kilometers to the sea. Because with jetless jetty, you hang, there's no jet, but you hang it, it's a jet, you hang it there in the water, it starts floating. And then it has 4 points where by suction it will hit on the vessels on 4 areas. Once it hits on it, it stabilizes the vessel, the way will move it around, and then you can start loading. 2.5 years, 2.5 days. 1 mega vessel of 90 million metric tons get filled up and we leave. You know? So we're going to be producing like 2 million metric tons a year of either green ammonia or green hydrogen, or green methanol. The green hydrogen is a precursor for that. When you use green hydrogen and then do carbon capture, when you capture the carbon using that machine, you clean it, you clean the carbon and mix it with green hydrogen, you get green methanol. And that is what they need to power the ships now. But from 2026, all the ships that doesn't apply carbon neutrality, that is zero emission, will be charged heavy.
All the ships
around the world. So
that's the new technology.
That's the new technology. So they are looking for that green methanol, because that's what they are going to be used to be powering their ships. So it's so hot, everybody wants it. Green ammonia you can use also for as fertilizer. You know, they need it everywhere, including Morocco. Morocco, any quantity you produce, Morocco will take. So they are just so we're in business and we know where we are doing, where we are going. So to get green ammonia, you just do have a batch process. Because we have a batch process where you get nitrogen from the air and mix it with green hydrogen to get ammonia. And because you are using renewable energy, that's why it's green. You know, if you use gas to power it, it is no longer green. So our renewable energy source is from Longi, a company called Longi. Longi. It is a mix of French and China. The company is the biggest and the best solar panel producing company in the world. It has 2 installations that have just finished in Atlanta and Ohio. And the need for that solar panel now, you know, up to June, you can't get anything from them up to June in America. So they are coming to build one in Imo State. We have signed the agreement already to build the manufacturing plant, and they will support the one here in Enugu. You know, they are also going to give us 2,600 megawatts using solar in Akwebo. You know,
so on the
what we are taking from them is only 400 megawatts. The other 2,200 will be sold to the national grid.
Will Ministry of Science and Technology open a power production company, like a power generation company?
No. It's still the company APPL Hydrogen Limited.
Are they registered as a power?
No, they are not. They are just producing hydrogen,
Okay.
green hydrogen, green ammonia, and green methanol. But they have capacity to move forward, and they want to help the country. You know, and remembering that we are from science and tech, we are at the top of it. So we want to do things that will move Nigeria forward. That is why, knowing that power is our problem, we insisted on them overproducing so that we can sell to the national grid. It is an income to the private sector company and benefit to the country. We generate employment, we generate and move our economy forward. That is all we are doing in science and tech. We are taking science and tech out from just research to production, which is happening in the whole world. Because if you go to America, the University of California Berkeley gives the state of California 80% of their income. How do they do it? Research. They have in the shell. You know, the state government comes, partners with the university on 80-20. They fund everything. So whoever is taking the research or buying research or the benefit of the research, you know, the university takes 20, the state government takes 8. You know. So at any given time, the income to the state of California from University of California Berkeley is 80%, while the other 20 they're sourcing from other sources. So science and tech is very major in driving the economy of any country, any state, you know, and that is what we are looking at an APC government doing. This is of you know. So the company APPL Hydrogen Limited, which we are catalyzing, which we are part of, which federal government is. In the next 2-3 months, we will do final investment decision. That's everybody are involved. And most importantly, we went to Denmark. We signed a lot with every stakeholder. We signed with H2 core hydro, H2 core systems. They do storage batteries. The best. It's like one of the recent innovations from Germany, you know, and they're doing the kind of storage that doesn't need inverter to be converted to electricity. So the system that is coming out now, we don't have inverter. The storage system, we will not have inverter. So once it is storing, once you on it, it will give you electricity straight. So you save some, not putting inverter. In Nigeria, Federal Minister of Science and Tech, we're on top of it. We know everything that goes on in this world. There's a latest technology that's from Japan. We are still interfacing with them. It uses solar panel, but the production is very high. We are still investigating, we are still doing our research on it. And if it comes out, it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be a knockout. With small amount of radiation from the sun, you will get a lot of energy, a lot of power. You know? So we're still investigating, you know. So, but I can tell you that, like I said, 3 months, 4 months maximum, we will do final investment decision on the 8 billion euro projects, and everybody is in. We have Virgin engines, we have Eco Net Energy, we have H2 cost systems, we have BSE methanol from Germany. We are going to do the methanol equipment. We have a Longi for the solar panels. We have Longi is doing solar panels. Longi is doing hydrolyzers for the water. You know? And you know, when you split water, there's a lot of heat generated when you split oxygen from hydrogen. There's a lot of heat, and that heat, we want to package it and use it as a steam for palm oil production plant. So we want to set up a small palm oil production.
Palm oil production.
Yeah.
In the same apartment.
Around there.
Proximity.
Yeah, because it generates a lot of heat. When we went to Sweden, there's not using solar panel. There's one dish, parabolic dish, which is aluminum. They have it and have a transducer up. They run a pipe through the transducer, and that pipe carries water. Once it passes there, it splits it. And once it splits the water, gaseous oxygen moves, gaseous hydrogen moves, then the heat, they pipe the heat, and it is the heat they use in giving energy to all the houses around. So during winter, they don't feel any cold inside. So to tell you the kind of science and technology that is there. With science and tech, you can do a lot. Can anybody imagine that with ordinary water, you just get hydrogen that will even power cars? Because this hydrogen, you either use it to power cars, or if you want to convert to ammonia, you can. If you want to convert to methanol, you can. But in Denmark, we signed an off-take agreement, which we are finalizing this year. Okay, from Dubai, he will lead the team that will go to London to finalize with Alan and Ogma. Alan and Ogma Sharma is the best legal firm on green or renewable. So they are finalizing, because when we pick the best. So they are the best. They are finalizing with them. With them, they will go to Denmark, head of terms on the offtake. They will conclude with the head of terms and then bring it to Nigeria for the president and us to sign. So the offtake they are giving us is about 880 euros per ton. Per ton, FOB. They will get their ship and come and carry, because we have come in a very strong representation for the country in the Commonwealth. There are many ministries that wanted to lead the Commonwealth agriculture, agricultural resilient, climate resilient agriculture. That is for food security. There are many ministries here, there are many countries, that we are able to come tops. But the Commonwealth had to choose Federal Ministry of Innovation to coordinate and be a lead on that aspect of the Commonwealth. So
all the Commonwealth,
56 countries. So today we are leading. We are leading on agricultural resilient, climate resilient agriculture of food security. So I am leading, I'm the chair. But they now included the Kenya School League. Then there's another one on indigenous people and land charter, that has to do with improving the nutrients of the land. They are also leading. Nigeria is leading under Federal Ministry of Innovation, with Fiji as a colleague.
You did a presentation on space.
Yeah, we did a presentation, we did Kabasi, and we won. In the Commonwealth, we had a meeting that period. Not only that, they choose us again as a lead champion, for the Commonwealth. Lead champion. I choose Nigeria as lead champion. That is the Federal Ministry of Innovation. So we are leading the whole of Commonwealth on artificial intelligence. And it was on that basis that Nigeria launched with the Commonwealth and Intel Corporation, a free AI academy. So we are on it. People that are registering, we are Commonwealth. We move in to create some employment for them when we finish yours. And additionally, we are talking with the US Mark. US Mark is a company owned by American government over the years. But over the last 40 years, they were able to divest their shares, and some private sector people came into it. So it's being controlled by the private sector. They've been in the Silicon Valley for about 5 years, and they've created many billionaires. Their CEO is a billionaire. He owns US mark in about 82 countries. So he's never left. So we were able to bring them to partner with Imo Digital City.
Imo Digital City.
Imo Digital City. Imo Digital City has presence of almost everybody that is somebody in the tech world. Oracle, HP, Intel, just name them. You know, I introduced the US Mark CEO to them. They came, they went there, they signed an MOU, they were going to bring $50 million to him for what is going on there. HP is going to build a factory in Imo, you know, because of what is going on there. You know, they are churning out people and they are being employed in America. So that's what we are trying to do for graduates of AI, free AI Academy with Commonwealth. So the US Mark are bringing in about 10 companies to be able to chat with those people and take the numbers they want to take. So they will work virtually. That's the same thing they are doing in India. What they are doing in India, that is what we are bringing in Nigeria. And the good thing about Nigerians is we have better dialects than Indians.
Yes, true.
So very soon it will start happening. The man is coming on, he said 3 days after is the 24th. Coming on 24th to Nigeria. So I will be here tomorrow and then welcome him. Then he will leave. So he has about 4 of the major silicon people coming into Silicon Valley. We hope he's boasting that he wants to convert him into Silicon Valley. So worry. So hope he's doing well. And then that's the Commonwealth thing we are doing. And then the President graciously approved polarization of some major institutions in the country. Because when I told him about what in the hospitals people are suffering, you know, to do operations, to even take births in the federal government and state hospitals. So the man said we should do one federal institution, hospital, and one university for state federalization. I think to do a and bring to him for approval. And besides, he has also started the New Energy Commission of Nigeria, where we are doing 2 megawatts per teaching hospital and 2 megawatts per university. So, and Longi is involved, because Longi is giving the best solar panels. The solar panels have 30 years guarantee. So it's not like the one we did a test run with the Rural Electrification Authority Agency and it failed. This one is not going to fail because we have Longi providing the solar panel that will never fail in 30 years.